How are you?
Doing fantastic. Thank you.
So, how's it going? Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you as well.
Yeah. So,
Thanks for
welcome to Pitch Investors Live. My name is Gayatri Sarkar. I am a general partner at a Sport West VC Fund. Previously worked for Federal Reserve Bank, Goldman Sachs, HP, IBM, and currently we are investing in mostly technology, whether it's AR, VR technologies, whether it's blockchain, collectibles, so various different areas. Definitely in future of sports, as the name suggests.
sure.
So, welcome to this great platform where you can pitch to any of the investors from anywhere. So, tell me about yourself.
Well, my name is Avedis Ekmekjian. I'm in the visual effects industry currently. I've been in that industry for about 15 years and
Oh, great.
specializing in lighting specifically. And I decided to kind of form a company about 6 months ago into the augmented reality space. So
Oh,
here.
that's amazing. So tell me about your company, what you guys are doing. I think I have heard few of the companies which are working in similar augmented areas, but would love to know more what you're doing.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's very early on, kind of pitching this idea, trying to get funding, early stages, and I've been applying for like incubators, accelerators, other grants, like so on and so forth. And basically, if you want, I could kind of walk you through the pitch deck I have.
Sure.
Idea. Great. So basically, I'm sure you've been in the situation where you've gone to a store or you've gone online, you want to shop for a light, and it's actually a pain in the butt because you go into one of these stores, there's thousands of lights, you have no idea what to pick because you have no idea how it's going to look in your house.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
fine.
2 days ago, some of the lights in my family room is not working. I'm sitting in my family room, and my husband brought like a huge ladder, which is maybe 12 feet, 15 feet tall, and was trying to pick some lights. And then we went to Home Depot, and we were like confused which lights to buy. So
Okay.
definitely, it's like a situation that happened very, very recently.
Yes. Yeah. I've heard that countless stories, and
Yeah,
I've experienced it myself thousands of times. And really, I'm trying to use augmented reality to help minimize that time frame where you know what to get exactly, you can order exactly, and you never have to second guess or take trips back and forth or return things online. So basically, using augmented reality as well as basically the latest in technology like cloud computing and what I do in the lighting industry in the visual effects side, combining those two and giving you the ability to visualize a light before you buy it. So it'll basically illuminate your space. You can change the intensity of the light, the color of the light, change products, swap in and out things, potentially even detect what the product is and give you a list of bulbs to replace it with, so on and so forth. And that's just the beginning is
okay.
the industry itself.
Mm-hmm. So can you please walk me through? So I'm a typical customer and I don't even change lights. So suppose my husband is not there and I have to change the lights because none of the lights are working. So what will I do? Somebody who is like a light dummy.
Light dummy. Okay. Well, I mean, into the app, you could build in definitely like detection, where you could look at the lamp itself. It could detect what the model is and then give you a list of bulbs that you could actually go purchase. And
So is it like I take a picture?
you scan it using basically the
Okay.
AR camera, like all the cameras that are built on iOS and Android devices have ability now with AR Core and AR Kit, so you can kind of tap into that and
Okay.
worry. But it's a two-sided thing where the manufacturers would convert their products to AR VR compatible
Right.
in that marketplace, and then the consumer can obviously use that, and designers can use that to decorate their house with light.
That's right. So how many products are there in the market which are AR compatible?
Right now, I've not seen anything.
Okay. But what about the lights?
Lights themselves,
Yeah.
no one is actually doing that. That's the main idea behind this, is that no one has actually tried to. It's like mixed reality more than augmented reality because you're actually applying a layer on top of the
Right.
because you want to add illumination on top.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, no GE, no Philips, no big manufacturers are really doing this, and that's why it's such a good time to kind of go into that space where it's either you shop online or you go to a store and you take a guess of what color it's going to look like on your walls.
So if I have your app
Mhm.
and I go to a store, I take a picture of that particular bulb, and you think it will be immediately been captured, that what kind of brand is it and what kind of specification I need?
Potentially. I mean, it's more the idea was what you have at home existing. Like you have a chandelier, a lamp, you name it. You kind of scan that, and then it'll detect what kind of bulb you need. That's one feature that would be available. And then the other thing is really if you want to just replace or add an exist like add light to your room, it's like a three step process. So you take your typical like iPad, you launch the app, you would scan your room, so it would
Right.
basically be a 3D representation of that room, and then give you a list of products, which is like stage two, and then you would pick a wall, floor, or ceiling, drop it in, and immediately start seeing that illumination cast into your
Okay.
space through
So
your.
walk me through the data. I'm sorry, you were saying something. I cut you in the middle.
No, please go ahead.
So can you walk me through the data mining and the data capturing that you have done? Because I know your background is data, and there's a lot of information that you need to capture in the app to make sure that what I am trying to put that information matches with what you have already captured at the back end.
Yeah, so basically when you start the first step of scanning the room, you're basically building a point cloud or a mesh of the entire room, which then gets sent to like the back end, potentially like an Amazon cloud, building up that scene, and then basically having an inventory of lights that you drag and drop into your scene, and that builds like a 3D representation on the cloud, renders it, and then spits back the image to you as the user. So it's overcoming the shortcoming of basically devices right now, right? They don't have the compute capability of computing that much data. So you leverage
Right.
cloud, you leverage computer learning, all the machine learning, and really just feed it back. And with 5G like right around the corner from all these carriers, that data is going to stream very quickly. So all the little bottlenecks are becoming like obsolete now.
Right. So where do you see your app going in the next 3 to 5 years? Do you see that you're getting more customers, or do you see kind of partnership with Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace, and other companies, or do you see that this is something that will be bought by some GE, Philips, or other companies?
Uh, well, my long term plan would be to get as many like big companies and as well as like the small companies or even hobbyists that potentially make lamps, lights,
Mm.
can actually get into this space without you know spending over $100,000 on building an app, right? Getting into that platform and just being able to kind of sell their products, have designers use it, have manufacturers use it. So it's kind of a three level, like average consumer, manufacturer, and designer, and having that kind of just build up. And then this is, again, only the beginning. Like lighting is one thing, but right now with furniture design, like any type of interior design, this could be used. You can convert any products into a 3D AR capable object. So
Okay.
yeah, there's no limit to where this can go, um, and I think it would look more photoreal
Yeah.
than products you see out there with Amazon or IKEA. I've seen a bunch of them right now, but none of them have that photoreal quality, which I strive to do in my every day-to-day job in visual effects. Is kind of get that immersive reaction by people.
Right. I want to ask you a very technical question. Like, do you also measure the size of the room, or um, I know there are very few apps that are in the market and measure a room size or certain size of devices.
Mm-hmm.
Um, can you do that through your camera, or just you're taking the picture?
Well, it's basically you leveraging whatever exists on the device itself. So the
Uh,
cameras using that depth sensor to
yeah.
capture, and then this can apply to the AR headsets that are coming out, like Apple glasses soon to come, HoloLens, the Magic Leap one. And I think there's like a lineup of other AR headsets that are going to hit the market in the next 3, 4, 5 years.
Okay, that sounds good. So where are you right now? Are you at the alpha, beta, or just at the idea stage?
Idea, like I have a lot of things put together, the cost of how much it will be for the MVP,
Okay.
the business plan, all the different revenue streams potentially, and then kind of building up the marketing idea. But yeah, it's mainly in the idea phase, just trying to get funding to build that MVP.
So are you the only person in your team, or tell me about your team, or you are currently working alone?
I'm currently working alone because most likely I would contract most of that stuff or hire people as I get the funding for it. And I have a lineup of people. I just need the funds to get that started.
I understand. And talk to me about how did you come up with this idea? I know your background. Tell me a little bit more about your background. I also come from database and big data background, so would love to know a little bit more about your background.
Sure. But mainly, I've been working like the visual effects side, so doing the lighting for movies. Currently, I'm actually at DreamWorks Animation.
Oh, okay.
So I work on animated feature films. I'm a CG supervisor, so I kind of assemble. I have a team of lighters that I use to crank out sequences for the movie, and I've worked in the live action side as well, like on big features. So,
will you be able to tell me some of the movies that you have worked on?
Sure. Like starting back, it was Garfield 2, Night at the Museum, Incredible, Golden Compass, and then How to Train Your Dragon 3, Kung Fu Panda 2, Shrek 4, and much.
Great. Any recent movies that you're working on?
Dragons 3, which will drop this February.
So amazing. No, thank you for your work. I mean, those are amazing piece of work, and we enjoyed when we go to the movies. We don't know how much of work that has been put into it, and I think the idea that you're doing is amazing. Can you tell me a little bit about? Have you done any kind of market research about any possible competitors or anybody who is working on this kind of a product?
I've yet to find in the whole like AR landscape anyone that's doing specifically lighting. Mm-hmm. I know people are trying to do more photoreal products, and I've seen like sneakers and things like clothing. That seems to be a big thing. That people are targeting the retail market for clothing, and they're trying to achieve or capture the lighting in the environment and put that back into the object, and they're getting pretty good. But again, they're trying to leverage just the existing hardware and not use anything in the back end, which I think you really need to use to achieve like that level of quality.
Right. So besides lights, what are the other products, or what do you see? What kind of vision do you have for this particular app?
Sure. I mean, we can go from furniture to clothing. That's more on the consumer side, and then like enterprise side, you could potentially do things like instructions or manuals, like AR videos, like showing you how to assemble or repair objects. There's also for advertising or marketing purposes, so location or geolocation based ideas, where you can go to a movie theater and then scan your phone and a big gigantic T-Rex comes at you through the phone, and that's real, which would be a pretty cool interactive experience.
That's right. I mean, clothing area is pretty crowded. There are a lot of people are trying to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
Maybe you should target in the areas like they're not much of a competitor, and you could be some of them. Like you are the only MVP there, you know. Mm-hmm. So that could have helped. So how may I help you in this?
I mean, honestly, right now it's literally just trying to get the funding, or even like the connections, or just getting the advice from someone that has the experience to where to go. Like I've been trying, like I said, all the angel investor sites. I mean, the Magic Leap one had a grant, and 6,000 people applied for that, and I won't know until like February time if I get some funding. Seems like a lot of people are pitching ideas.
Yep. Idea is yeah, I mean, idea is at a stage, at any stage, idea is considered pretty much, a lot of people can have, but the implementation takes a lot of time. And that's where you have an edge, because a person like you who has such a strong background in big data and data analytics, and maybe what you're working in your professional life, can bring a lot of help and mitigate a lot of challenges that a lot of other people faces. I really like what you're doing, and I want to ask you, what are the other accelerators have you spoken to? Have you spoken to Alchemist?
What was that one? Sorry.
Alchemist.
Alchemist. I don't think that one. No.
So they are a huge accelerator there in Silicon Valley.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I can connect you with them. Have you spoken to some of the accelerators or funding that comes from Philips, GE, and other companies?
That I haven't. No. I mean, from what I found, like on the angel investment sites, like they're all like location based. So I've been mainly applying for the ones in LA. That's where I am at right now.
Okay, so Alchemist will be perfect for you because they are over there in the West Coast.
Okay.
Alchemist, I'm also thinking about Singularity University. Maybe you can apply there and check it out, because they're also in LA. I'm a mentor over there, and I can connect you with a bunch of people over there, because there is a big host of mentors and faculties who are especially helping out in the AR VR technology space. So that will be very helpful for you. I'm also thinking about connecting you with some of the VCs, but I think you guys are too early, because I know few people, but I think it's too early, because I think right now you should be working on your idea and make sure how you are pitching it. That you need to work on your pitch. Like when you, I think when I asked you multiple questions after that, when I think that question that I asked you, what your app is going to do, the answer that you gave me, that's the kind of pitch that you will be giving it to everybody, because I think it's a great idea, and it has a lot of potential. And as I said, that one of the MVP, your product can be an MVP, but one of the most important factors is that it's you know so because what you are doing, a lot of many people doesn't have that kind of talent, that kind of resources. So yeah, I think right now you may need to work on how to pitch, and how you can hone your presentation skills and even your ideas also. So I think what I can do is that I can leave my email address to you, and I can connect you with Singularity University and Alchemist, because these are some of the great accelerators. You not only get funded, they will literally school you on how to pitch to the investors, and you can go and pitch to investors almost every week. And it's almost like giving you training, to become an entrepreneur. And I think right now, since you're in LA, you do not have to travel. You can be there and get this great access.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic.
Yeah, and I think if things goes well, we'll be in touch, and I can connect you with some of the GE guys and other guys.
Okay.
Yeah, but they are in Boston.
And I can share with you like other things that I've put together, like business plan, and as far as the breakdown of cost of making the MVP, and things like that, like other documentation that I have besides this pitch that you may want to take a look at. And if I can get your feedback on them, that'd be fantastic as well.
Sure, I'll definitely take a look at your pitch. But in the meantime, I'll send my email address, so I'll try to connect you with the guys I said.
That'd be fantastic. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for your time, and happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Happy New Year.
Take care. Bye.